weeks, the world has watched in disbelief. Night after night, images have poured in, explosions lighting up the skies as American and Israeli bombs rain down on Iran. At the same time, Iranian retaliation has been striking vital oil and infrastructure facilities across the Gulf Cooperation Council nations. The conflict has shaken the Middle East. But beneath the smoke, the fire, and the geopolitics, something else may be quietly unfolding. An unintended casualty of this war. Not a country, not an army, but a currency. The US dollar. For decades, the United States has been dominant security partner for the Gulf monarchies, the nations that make up the GCC. From Saudi Arabia to the UAE, from Qatar to Kuwait, Washington has long projected itself as the ultimate protector of the region. And for a long time, the arrangement seemed to work. The Gulf War in Kuwait, the wars in Iraq, and the conflicts spilling over into Syria. All of these reinforced the perception that when it came to security, the United States stood firmly behind its Gulf allies. That belief helped build a deep sense of trust. But this war with Iran may be changing that perception. Despite the sophisticated missile defense systems deployed across the Gulf, systems designed, supplied, and supported by the United States, Iranian missiles and drones have managed to strike key targets. The technical explanations may be complex. Military analysts can debate interception rates, radar coverage, and drone swarm tactics. But the political impact is far simpler. If the shield does not fully protect, the trust behind it begins to weaken. And that is where the story moves beyond the military strategy, into the world of global finance. Because the credibility of the United States in the Gulf has always been tied to something bigger. The US dollar's role as the world's reserve currency. For decades, Washington quietly nurtured a powerful arrangement with Gulf oil producers. In exchange for security guarantees and military protection, the Gulf states would sell their oil to the world primarily in US dollars. The system came to be known as the Petrodollar. It meant that any country needing oil, the lifeblood of modern economies, had to first acquire US dollars. That demand strengthened the dollar's global dominance and ensured its central role in international trade. Energy security and the dollar became intertwined. But what happens when the security guarantee itself begins to look uncertain? If Gulf leaders begin questioning the reliability of the American shield, they may also begin questioning the financial arrangement that came with it. And the signs may already be emerging. Reports are now circulating that Iran is allowing oil tankers to pass through the Strait of Hormuz, one of the most critical choke points in global energy trade, on the condition that the transactions be conducted in Chinese Yuan. If such practices expand, even gradually, they could chip away at the dollar's dominance in global oil markets. It would not happen overnight. The dollar's position was built over decades, and it will not collapse in a single crisis. But wars have a way of accelerating changes that were quietly underway. And this conflict may turn out to be one of those moments. A moment when the world begins to rethink old arrangements where the credibility of a security guarantee was linked to the credibility of a currency. And if that happens, history may one day record that in this war, the US dollar became an unintended victim. This is a story that is still unfolding, and we will continue to watch it closely, right here on globalheadwinds.com.